Hi guys, Melissa here at TCT Crafts. Today we're going to make this super cute and fun patriotic centerpiece. So it is an all the way around design. This is what we're going to make today. It's super easy. So if you want to learn how to make this, please watch. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. And if you click the little bell, you'll get notified anytime we do new videos. So I hope you enjoy learning how to make this centerpiece. This will be perfect for your home decor this season, your porch decor. Just make sure it stays covered, but super pretty patriotic centerpiece design. So let's get started and I hope you enjoy. Hi guys, Melissa here at TCT Crafts. Today we are going to make a really simple patriotic centerpiece using this galvanized tin bucket that I picked up at the at-home store. So today the supplies we're going to use, I'm trying to use some supplies that you guys can get at your local stores. So we're going to start with this bucket, which again I got at the at-home store. So we are going to start by putting our foam in our bucket here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of Gorilla Glue to the bottom of this bucket. I cut up 2 pieces of floral foam. So I'm going to put the first piece in here. Get it nice and tight in there. Okay, and then I'm going to take the second piece and we're going to add some more Gorilla Glue. Hang on one second. Let me get my puppy decided to get a hold of the mesh, so I apologize for the noise. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more of this Gorilla Glue in here. And I'm going to add the second piece of foam right on top. Now we want these 2 pieces to stay together, so what I'm going to do is add a skewer all the way down until I reach that second. Actually, let me get this. These ones are a little thin. Let me get a thicker so it doesn't break. Okay, so I have some thicker skewers that I got. These are Wilton bamboo kebab skewers. They're a little thicker, so I'm going to push this down in there. There we go. It's touched the bottom. So that'll help keep those 2 together. Let me get another one. Do the same thing on the other side. Push it to fill the bottom. There we go. So that is not going anywhere. So now let me cut those. Let me find my, here we go. So I'm just going to cut these down here at the bottom. There we go. That one a little bit more. Okay, so we've got those cut down. We'll put these to the side. I'm going to grab a couple of floral pins. So we're going to take, and we're going to add our moss to cover up the side. So this is just your regular green moss. I am so sorry, my puppy is going crazy this morning, so I have a little, let me see if I can, well, no, I'm not going to be able to get her. Anyway, I have a little puppy, and she is going to town on stuff this morning. She's a Pomeranian and Yorkie mix. Cute as could be, but, so I'm just going to push this foam around the sides. The worst thing about using this, I said foam, but around using this moss is it's so messy. It does get messy, so just be aware of that. I'm going to push that down a little bit on the sides where the foam didn't quite meet the bucket. Now I'm not going to use glue. I'm not going to glue this in. You could. It just makes it a little bit more difficult if you're trying to put your florals in if you've got a bunch of glue on there. I'm going to push these pins down in there. She finds things out of the trash. And then, of course, right when I'm going to make a video, she decides to go crazy with them. So, sorry about that. Okay, I'm just pushing these floral pins around the sides of this phone just to keep it in place. Just use a few. Okay, that should be enough. So I'm going to put these floral pins back and clean up this table so we can get on to the rest of it. All right, let's get some of this moss off of here. Shelby. No. Quit getting stuff out of the trash. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi. Say hi. Hi, guys. This is Shelby. She's the one making all the noise in this video, so I do apologize. All right, get down, go play. Get down, go play. Okay, so we have our tin with our foam and our moss, and we're ready to add the florals. So I'm going to start with the greenery, and this is just a piece that I had left over from a project, so I'm not even sure where I got it, but I'm just going to clip these, and we're going to use these remaining pieces around the sides. Now I am going to make this piece so that you can see it all the way around and it won't just be front facing. So I'm going to start, I'm going to dip these in my glue pot. I'm going to come towards the center a little bit. And we're going to start adding our greenery all the way around here. Just sticking that into the foam. I'm going to cut this one down a little bit. So I've gone in all four corners. And now I'm going to do more towards the center. I'm going to do one right there. Cut this one down. And then I'm going to do one right here. So we've got four corners, and then we have two right in the center. This kind of frames this out. I have one piece left. We might use it later if we need a filler. So we'll keep that one to the side. Now we're going to add some of this boxwood. So I'm going to just push these up. These are pushers. So I'm going to push these stems up to make this more full. We had this boxwood in the shop for a while. I don't know if we still do, but I love it because you can, they're pushers, so you can push it up and make it nice and full. So I'm going to trim these, cut these down. Now we want these fairly short. This is going to go around the container. Okay, so I'm going to start going in between where we had all of these greenery bushes. We're going to go in between. And on the back side, I'm going to go ahead and put two. So we may fill in something right here, but we'll, since I only have one of these left, we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna go, I'm still going in between, so now I'm gonna go right in here. Just making sure I hit that foam. We're gonna add 2 in the front, just like we did the back. Again, I'm just dipping this in my glue pot. You can use a glue gun if you don't like to use the glue pots. Okay, so we've gone in between everything, and then we've added 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Now I'm going to add in the center, in between this one here. Now I'm going to make a triangle. I'm going to add this one here in the center there. And keeping my triangle pattern, we're going to add another one right here. So we've got our greenery. It's getting nice and full. We'll save these other few pieces in case we need to use them for filler later, once we get our florals in. So I don't think we're going to use this bush. Let me put it to the side. Okay, now let's start with our red flowers. So I have these red flowers. I got these at the at-home store. You can pick up any red flowers that you like. These are just the ones I saw there, and I thought they would be good for this. So I'm not a big fan of these leaves. So I think I'm going to trim them off. Okay. Now we're going to go right in the center. Now we want this one a little bit taller. This is going to be probably our tallest piece in this design. Let me cut this down just a tiny bit. We don't want it quite that tall. Okay, stick it right in the center, just like that. Perfect. Cut the leaves off. I'm going to have this one to the back corner. Sticking it right in there. Stick it down just a little bit more because I want it a little bit lower than the other one. Okay. Now we're going to go to this corner and do the same thing and cut these leaves off. Okay, we're going to go to this corner. Push it in there. And if you have a pick machine, I do, but I'm just not using it for this project. You can definitely use a pick machine, which will help get that into the foam a little bit better. There we go. So we've got 2 to the back, 1 to the center. Now we're going to do these sides here on the front. Same thing. So again, I'm going to cut these leaves off. And since we're making it where it's all the way around, we're pretty much doing the same thing that we do in the back, we're doing in the front. So stick that down in there. There we go. And now let's add the last one here to the front. There we go. So we may add some more later, but we've got 4 stems left if we need for filler. We're going to stop right there for now. And we're going to move on to, I have these really pretty blue hydrangeas. These actually came from Walmart. I'm going to cut them down. We're going to do 1 back here, and we're going to do 1 to the front. So I want them shorter, so I'm going to cut this down. Now this stem is thick, so it may be a little harder to get into the foam. I may have to use something to poke it in first, but let's see what we can do. Oh, and do not put your finger in that glue because I just did. Okay, well, we want to make sure we're getting in the foam. Yeah, I'm going to get something, let's see, to help me push that in first. Let's just use my scissors. Where'd they go? Where's my scissors? But we'll use these. So I'm going to get me a little hole started so that it's easier to stick that down in there. Okay, get some more glue on it. There we go. So we got our blue hydrangea there. Now we're going to do the same thing back here in this corner. So I'm just going to turn it around so I can see. I'm going to cut this shorter. Let me use my scissors to get a hole started. Okay. And we'll get that one in there. Perfect. So how pretty is that? We have our blue hydrangeas in there and our little red flowers. Now I have these cute little, I'm not sure what they are, little thistle stems. We're going to add some of these. These I got at Walmart. These, I've seen these at Walmart before in different colors, and I love to get them because they just add a little bit of fun. So we're going to add some of these. So I'm just cutting this. So I cut this stem into 2 pieces. This one has 2 and this one has 1. We're just going to go in between these red flowers. Let me make this one a little bit shorter. It's going to stick up too high, so I don't want that. Remember, I want the red to be the highest point. Okay, so we've got that one in there. I'm going to cut this one down just a little bit. We're going to come right back here. Turn it around so I can push it. So these are thicker stems, so it's harder to get into that foam. Let me get my scissors again and help get a little hole going. There we go. All right, so we have those in between the red flowers. I cut up another one. Same thing. I'm going to do, so it has 3 stems, but I'm going to keep 1 with 2, and I'm going to have 1 by itself. Okay, so I'm going to use the single one. Let me cut it down a little bit shorter. And we're going to put it over here by the, in between the red flower and the blue hydrangea. Perfect. Now let's add this one with 2 right in between the red flowers here in the front. I'm kind of adding them at a little bit of a diagonal. Okay, I'm going to have to get my scissors again. Okay. I want this a little bit shorter, so let me cut these down. They were sticking up above the red flowers, which I don't want. I want to just a hair, like, there we go. Now we're going to put one in between this red, do another single. Right in between the red flower and the hydrangea. Now we need one on this side between the red flower and the hydrangea. Now let's put one in the center. We'll put it's going to come right here. We want it just a hair shorter than this red flower. Get the glue off of there. Okay, so we have super cute. We've got a bald spot right here that I see, so we'll fix that in a minute. We may add a few more of these, but let's move on to our last thing, which is our white filler. So I've got some of these. I don't know what they are. We had them in the shop. We may still have them. I'm not sure. I'm going to cut these up. This is similar to like baby's breath. That's what it reminds me of. Okay. And I'm going to cut these up in little pieces, and we're just going to go around and fill them in these holes. And then once we do that, if we still have some holes, we can come back and add some more greenery. I think Shelby has decided to finally settle down and go to sleep, which is great. Do not stick your fingers in the glue like I just did. I'm just going around. Make this one shorter. Stick it on the other side of this hydrangea here. I'm cutting these into little smaller pieces. Put this one in this hole back here. We are probably going to need to add a little bit more greenery, but let's get this one in and see what it does. It definitely helps, but I do think we're going to need another piece. So let me go ahead and I'm going to add another piece of this greenery right here. We've kind of got a little bit of a hole. So I'm going to add a little bit of this boxwood right in here to fill that in. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, let me add, let's add one on this side. Right on the other side of this hydrangea. Okay, so we've gone around the outside. Now let's get a little bit longer pieces, and we'll go on the inside. So let's add one right here in the center, right next to this red flower. Making sure I get it in that foam. We'll add this one on the other side. I'm pushing it down in there. Okay, let me just check and see if we have any holes that we need to fill in. I think I want to add a red flower right back here. And then we'll turn around to the front and do the same. So we're filling in this hole back here. I don't think we need another one in the front. I think that works out perfect. So there we go, guys. We have a simple, patriotic centerpiece that you can use on your tables, outside on your porch. Just make sure it's covered. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye, guys.